This transit can intensify mental activities and it might make you very curious about the unknown. Therefore, this is a good time to conduct investigations or engage in scientific research. Central themes at this time will revolve around issues like taxes, inheritances, business, and similar topics. There could be critical decisions that you need to make at this time with far reaching consequences to your work. During this transit, you tend to be very secretive and uncompromising. Tensions in business can revolve around issues of dominance and control. Dominant forces out of your control affect your self expression, which can lead in a loss of confidence, and also dominant forces within you can be to your detriment. Your self esteem can be affected through a domineering authority figure. Through patience and practical approach to everyday life and your work, you can succeed and gain recognition and respect. You are probably concerned with long term financial security, so you will make plans for your future and will work hard and persistently. During this period, your inborn tactfulness is somehow in the shadow, not as expressed, and you have a need to do things your way here and now. However, you might have as an opponent an authoritative and unscrupulous person. You might feel as if your brain is cracking under pressure, being overly stressed, but even you see that you are somewhat paranoid and distrustful. This particular influence will change your conservative nature and some of your opinions, and it is good if you make some adjustment to change your inflexibility because it might lead you to completely give in. It is not very likely that you will find solutions to long term problems. It is better that you postpone it for another time in the future. The same applies to signing contracts and other documents, but in case you have to, talk to a confidant, consult them because right now your thinking is not very objective and reasonable. In Capricorn, Mercury produces a mind that is clear, sometimes rigid and narrow, and always cautious and resourceful. Your thinking is methodical and careful. You know how to take things one step at a time, each fact building on the thought that went before. Your speech is organized and follows a logical and an orderly pattern, suggesting that you carefully examine and edit your words before they come out. You hardly ever say something that you are sorry for later. You are not a quick learner, but you are one who never forgets what has been absorbed. You have an excellent memory and attention to the business at hand, so a down to earth and practical thinker. Insecure about your mental abilities, you work hard to develop yourself with education and experience opportunities. You may be a bit defensive about your lack of education if that is the case. A special need to prove yourself in one way or another is often the case with Mercury in Capricorn. You have good powers of concentration, dignity, and an earnestness that can make you seem too serious. You can have a tendency towards moodiness and sulking, and you may have to push yourself to show a spirit of optimism. This particular placement of Mercury, especially if your Sun is also in Capricorn, produces one who is very quiet. Even if your Sun is in a more communicative Sagittarius or Aquarius, a Capricorn Mercury is not very talkative and sociable. You are especially self conscious about speaking to strangers. You have a very down to earth approach to thinking and communicating. Planning and organizing are your special strengths, and they carry you far in the business and professional life. You do particularly well in long drawn out projects that require perseverance and determination. Once you put your mind to a task, it will surely be completed and done well. Cautious and skeptical, you may be conservative to a fault. Your love of tradition and a natural pessimism makes you slow to change patterns and premises that have worked in the past. Ideas that shake long held beliefs are not very often accepted.